Hi everyone, I finally got my hands on all of the shades for the 3CE Velvet Lip Tint, which has been requested a lot by you guys. So I finally got my hands on them. So basically this lip tint is supposed to be soft and matte, supposed to give you that soft looking smooth lips as well as giving you that velvety matte finish. I like the packaging of this, however I feel like the bottom half of this packaging is a little bit cheap looking because actually this is actually a paper wrap. It is not really a color printed packaging itself, so it's a bit cheap looking. However, the wand itself is quite slim, which means that when you apply on your lips, it's actually very easy to apply. You can't really go wrong with this, and it's actually great for gradation lip, which I really like. As always with my swatches, I'll be showing you how it looks like with a gradation lip and then a fuller lip. So the first shade is Nude, which is basically like a warm neutral peach beige with a drop of pink. I personally don't see any drop of pink in this lip tint, particularly because I do have quite pigmented lips, but all I can say is that this is like a perfect nudie shade for those who have skin tone like me or just a little bit lighter or darker than me, just because sometimes it is very tricky to get like a perfect nudie shade for skin tone like us. But I feel like this particular shade is beautiful, and if you want it to look way more nicer, definitely put a lip liner underneath. But I feel like this lip tint is really good for those who have dry lips like me because you can't see any of my dry patches. Before I filmed this video, I did explore it, but I did see that I have a lot of dry patches lingering around my lips, but this lip tint doesn't accentuate it at all, which is really amazing, and I'm actually really amazed by it because I expected it to show more just because some of the colors are pretty light. Now the next one, this is going right, which is like a calm rosy peach of quiet and unique vitality. For me, this is more like a nudie brownish with a hint of orange shade, which is very beautiful as well. And I forgot to tell you guys, with my swatches, I'm trying to show you with natural lighting as well. For this particular lip tint, I feel like a lot of the colors during the natural lighting really suit a lot to the model itself. Most of them are very true to the model, which is actually really great. Now next is called Daffodil. I love the name, but obviously it's not white or like black, but this is a modern and cosmopolitan masala wine color. Now for me, this one is more like a woody red brownish shade, which I really like, but this one is a little bit different from the model itself. The model, you can see it looks like more like a brownish reddish, like much more the darker version, but for me it leans more towards like the reddish side, which is quite nice as well, I guess. Now next, this is called Save Me, which is like a refreshing and pleasantly bright peach color loved by all apparently. As you can see from the model's lip itself, you can definitely tell that it's very bright, very coral, very vivid. But for me, I feel like this is leaning towards like the corally red shade, but this is a lighter version. And the reason why I'm saying this is a lighter version is because there will be a darker version soon, which you will see really soon. But I do like this one. It is quite bright. I don't know how often I'll be using this, but it does suit my skin. But like I said, I don't know how often I will be using this. In regards of the texture, it is a velvety matte finish, doesn't feel dry at all. To me, I feel like this texture is like between the 80 ink velvet and the cloud velvet from the Petty Peta. So it has like this moussey tint, which means when you apply, it applies so smoothly, it glides on so easily. But one thing I have to say is that if you want it to give that fuller lip, you do have to build up quite a bit, maybe 2 or 3 layers. But you can't really build up more because there is like basically like a full stop, like you build up maybe 2 to 3 times and that's it. It can't really build up more than that. Now Childlight is a beautiful reddish shade, which for me I would call it like a strawberry red shade. It is very beautiful, and I think a lot of people like it as well because of the translucent red color. Now the next one, this is Near and Dear, and I really like this one. This is like my MLBB shade because I feel like this is identical to my original lip color obviously, but at the same time is a little bit darker, but it's just accentuate my lip color more, which is amazing. But this one on the side, it says that this is a sweet pink color, which I completely agree. I really like this a lot. I can definitely see myself using this so many times, but you can see from the model itself and to my lip color is a little bit different. On the model, it leans towards a bit of the mauve brownish shade, but I'm really happy with how it looks like on my lips anyway. The next shade is like a perfect pink, and this one is called Pink Break, which is basically like a natural pink color, but like I said before, this one is not too bright or light, so it's like, for me, it's like a perfect pink on my lips. I like it both as a gradation and a fuller lip. One thing I want to talk about this lip tint is that when you do apply a full application on your lip, you do have to pump the applicator into the tube maybe 3 or 4 times to get the fuller lip, just because of the formula and the texture itself. Because it's supposed to be lightweight, it doesn't absorb as much on the applicator, if that makes sense. But the turnout is quite amazing as well, and I really am quite amazed with the product itself. Now the next one, this is Best Ever, and this one is supposed to stand between the pink and reddish side of the color, and for me, I feel like this is like a hot fluorescent pink on me, but on the model itself you can tell it's not that fluorescent. But for me, I feel like this is gold. This is very bright on my lip, which I'm not complaining, because I do like bright pinky shades sometimes, and I really like this because it is such a unique color, which I'm really impressed about. Now in regards of the staining wise, a lot of the lighter shades in this collection do not stain at all, but shades like this one that has pink and red undertone, they do stain quite a bit. And when they do stain, they stain pink color. They don't stain like, you know, the red color. It doesn't stain red, but it turns pink, which is very interesting. But longevity wise is a hit and miss. The lighter shade only lasts for about a couple of hours if you eat and drink, and the darker one lasts for about 4 hours before you have to touch up more. So I definitely recommend lip liner under this, or if you don't mind touching up, it's okay as well. Now this shade here is called Private, and this one is slightly pinkish on my lip, but this is like a darker version of Childlike, and on the side itself it's called that this is a gentle red of modern edginess, so I guess it is a pretty red. I noticed that in this collection it does have a few red shades, but you can sort of tell the difference. Now the last shade, oh my goodness, this color, it is so beautiful, it is so unique. This one, however, is not really like the model itself, but this is supposed to be a brick red with a touch of burgundy and deep beige, and let me tell you how beautiful this color is. When I apply it, I was like, gosh, it looks so beautiful. In the lighting here, you can see the reddish side to it, but when I show you the natural lighting really soon, you can see that hint of brown in it, and I'm telling you, in real life it looks amazing. I really like it. I wish it was a little bit darker like the model, because it would be such a unique color for a Korean beauty lip tint. Now in regards of the transfer, you can tell that it doesn't give you a matte finish at all, which means it does transfer, and this is how it looks like after 4 hours, so it's actually not too bad. Overall, I'm quite impressed with this collection. I can see that they try to incorporate a few nudie shades, pinky shade, reddish shade, which is I'm quite impressed about. However, I'm just not really happy with the packaging, because I feel like it's a bit cheap looking, especially when you're paying about 16 USD each. As you can see here, I'm just showing how the staining looked like after I remove it, maybe a few minutes after I swatched this, but I definitely can tell you that the darker colors definitely last longer than the lighter ones. So here comes my rating. So like I say, it's sort of like a mixed rating for this one. Longevity, because the lighter one doesn't last as long as the darker one, I'm giving it 3 out of 5, and the reason why I'm giving 3.5 out of 5 for the pigmentation is because it does take a few layers to build it up for the colors that you want. But other than that, I'm actually really impressed with the moisture, with how the colors turn out, with how pretty they look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.